Hi, Larry Gaines, Power Cycle Trading. I just wanted to go over a quick little market review on the markets. They've been just in a relentless, fantastic move to the upside, and I've been getting a lot of emails from clients and members and friends as to, what are my thoughts on this market and how far can it go? Is it going to keep chugging along? So let's just take a quick overview. First, here's the NASDAQ 100 futures, and here's a weekly and a daily. So if you see this, this is my cycle model. And right now, it still looks good. I mean, cycle one, cycle two's up, positive momentum on the weekly. Now you can see the momentum's been coming off on the daily, but still staying up on cycle two. So still positive momentum here. So there's no reason right here to be, like going short the market. Okay. So, but it is extended, but it's pulled back. You can see the moving averages, the 8 EMA is just starting to catch up to price. So momentum's still okay, so just kind of hang in there. So that's the NASDAQ. And then you see the S&P. The S&P, the same. You can see that solid momentum, cycle 1 and 2 on the weekly, starting to come off on the daily, so consolidating sideways. Now this is where it gets tricky. So when it starts consolidating sideways, what I tend to look at is I will look at the lower time frame, and I'll look at my momentum indicators here, and you can see that the momentum is definitely shifted to the downside, and we're in a major squeeze. So these are a couple of things that I watch for using my model, my system. So that's what it looks like on the S&P. So it's a little bit of a sign to watch out. And then you've got the Dow futures, and you've got this looks a little bit better. So you can see here on the weekly, positive momentum, cycle 1 and 2 are up. Then you look at the daily. Cycle momentum has come down a little bit, but not as much as the S&P. And then I break it down to the hourly, and major squeeze. These tend to trigger, either to the upside or downside, and that's usually in the direction of the trend. Positive momentum there. So still not giving you any direction. This thing is ready to roll over. And then you've got the Russell 2000, and you've got solid momentum here on 1 and 2 on the weekly. On the daily, you've got nice positive price momentum here. It's come off some, but it's still strong to the upside, and you're coming into the 1272 extension. So overall, with momentum and everything, we're starting to see it tail off a little bit, but overall the markets are still fairly solid to the upside. Now, one more little clue to the market internals is just watch market volume. Now, another thing you can keep track of is just look at the volume for the market. So here's a weekly chart. So if you just look at the weekly volume, you can see it's starting to tail off. But markets can just grind higher just on less participants. So what this is saying is that there are less participants in the market, but unless there's some really good catalyst to reverse the markets down, they can just keep grinding up. But it does tell you that we're getting a fewer buyers and fewer participants in the market, but that doesn't mean the market can't continue. But that's something to keep an eye on. So that's the NASDAQ, and then here's the S&P, and kind of the same scenario. So we're at major extension levels. We're getting a little extended from the moving averages. So right now the markets are trending higher, and momentum is still positive. But you can see that we are starting to get a little bit less market participation from certain sectors or certain segments of the market. So some people are starting to leave the market. And when you finally, it could be kind of like the game, the old musical chairs, when the music stops, see who the last one is standing. So keep an eye on volume, keep an eye on your indicators, and I'll keep you posted. Have a great day.